Pleased to meet you, Kale. I'm Em. This is Dr Kez.
Hi.
Pardon? What's that? Calcium. Yes. Oh, we're going to talk about calcium. Pardon?
Makes sense.
Oh, you have more than milk.
Kale.
Yay.
Did you know that?
Love. So, let's get into it.
How much more though?
Well, people think that you can only get, majority of your calcium should come from milk, but we're here to let you know that milks aren't always what they seem. So, most people would drink this for their calcium, but did you know you're going to get just about the same amount of calcium in almond milk or oat milk or soy milk or nut-based milk?
We've spoken before about dairy and how inflammatory creating that is. So let's talk about how you can get calcium in other ways without inflaming your body.
It even says it on the label. Look, 38% of your daily calcium.
Fortified with calcium. Excellent.
It's a bit of a myth that you can only get calcium or majority of your calcium from dairy. So we are here to show you some options and things that I love to eat, that we love to eat, that are full of calcium that you really just probably weren't aware of. So let's get into it.
We will, but why on earth do you need calcium in the first place?
I don't know, because I want strong bones.
Oh, we all know about the
Teeth.
bones. We all know about the bones.
Yes.
Yeah, because like 98% of our calcium is stored in our bones. So
Yeah.
yes, if you know that, that's good. But there are other things like muscle strength and muscle contractions,
Down with that.
which help us as we get older. It's really, really important.
Yeah.
Same with our nerve conduction. Without having decent amount of calcium, the messages from our brain to our organs and back from our organs to our brains don't function properly.
And it helps to release hormones.
It does.
I am down with that too.
Now, one of the major muscles in our body is our heart, so it's really good for cardiovascular health. So if any of you have got heart issues in your family, please listen up carefully. If you're suffering from any sort of muscular issues, or if you know that you have osteoporosis in your family, or that you're suffering from osteopenia or osteoporosis, listen carefully. This is for you.
Yes, because if you're a bit depleted, guess where the calcium's coming from? Your bones.
We do need food to replace that because we don't want to eat away at our bones.
No, so it's super important. Whole foods are just such an easy way to get your calcium.
Sure is. So
Yeah.
let's get into it.
So, obviously the milk being milk, if you just substitute for a plant-based milk, soy milk, oat milk, almond milk, you're not really going to notice any different. It's like 1 cup of milk is about 122 milligrams per 100 grams. This is 120. So it's just almost
Calcium
exactly the same.
without the inflammation.
Yes.
Love it.
It's easy. What have you got?
I've
lots
got
of greens
some
on your side.
spinach. I'm so used to spinach actually being spinach leaves like
The
this.
little spinach. I like growing the spinach like this and you just shove it in your mouth.
Absolutely. Very high.
Caveman style.
136 milligrams of calcium in spinach.
Yeah. Well, kale. Did you know that kale has 250 milligrams per 100 grams of calcium?
Huge amount.
Yeah.
Huge amount.
I know. It's
Very
more
strong.
than milk. What did I say milk was? 122?
Much more bioavailable.
Yes.
I'm just saying.
I mean, good for the jaw exercise too, chewing on a bit of kale. We all love a bit of kale.
One of my favourite foods to eat, purely because it's healthy. I don't like the taste of it at all. Why is there a lemon slice in there?
Citric acid helps with the absorption of calcium. So when you add, what I like to do is put a bit of broccoli on a plate, steam it, squeeze a bit of lemon over the top, eat it. It's just going to help absorb the calcium in your body.
It does taste good too.
It tastes beautiful. You wouldn't really think to put lemon on broccoli.
No, but
There's just something about the flavour. It's making my mouth water. It's
so
delicious.
What do we got here?
That's bok choy.
Bok choy.
Yes. Get your greens into you. As you can see, they're just full of calcium.
Yeah.
Bok choy is just an easy thing to add to stir fries. You can steam it. It's just such an easy thing to, a bit of salt and pepper, steam it on a plate. It's just delicious.
Now, it
Easy
may
snack.
only be 74 milligrams per 100 grams, but if you can get a variety of your greens, you're finding that you're just adding more and more and more calcium to your diet each and every meal that you have.
Now, I have to add moringa powder because I love moringa powder, and we actually have it in our greens.
Sure is.
For those of you who already have our greens, you're on a winner.
Check it out.
Moringa powder.
Yes, out.
Moringa powder per 100 grams has 1,443 milligrams of calcium. So it is way higher than milk. Way higher.
Super
Yes.
full of
So
calcium.
if you like 1 scoop of this, and you're going to be getting a huge amount of calcium, plus all the other things in there, like iron and all the other, the greens is just such a winner for your body.
Lots of antioxidants, really good.
Yes.
Really good for body
You
health.
can't go wrong. It's just moringa powder. Love.
Yeah, get on to that.
Yep. So we've also got, what have you got?
I've got some chickpeas here.
I love chickpeas. I made a chickpea curry last night.
Very similar to the fortified milks, actually, 120 milligrams. Good stuff.
Yeah, it's so easy. You know, get rid of your chicken, add chickpeas instead.
Black beans, not so much, but still, if you're going to make a mix of beans or chickpeas and beans, certainly 27 milligrams.
Yeah,
handy.
beautiful. Yeah.
And we've got some little edamame beans
Can't
here.
go wrong with your soybeans. Soybeans are super high, super high.
Really
so that gets me
good.
onto the tofu. Tofu is so good. It's got 350 milligrams per 100 grams.
So good.
Tofu stir fry.
Massively boosts your protein
Yes,
in your meals.
scrambled tofu. You literally get your fork and you like make it look like
tastes like scrambled eggs.
It does. Yeah, add a bit of like nutritional yeast and some paprika and oh, it's delicious.
Wow, what do we got here?
Well, I love these. I eat these twice a day, my breakfast and my desserts. I've got roasted almonds.
Almonds, yum.
I love them. Roasted almonds and walnuts.
Also,
So roasted almonds, 260 milligrams of calcium.
Not that you'd be eating 100 grams of them, but
Oh, well, I could easily.
you shouldn't.
I know, but but they're so good for you. Walnuts, just under 100 milligrams.
Also really good for your brain.
Yep, because they look like brains. Mine are probably a little bit bigger than this, hopefully.
Hopefully.
Like, look at that. So obviously, oops, I just dropped on the floor. So obviously there are lots of other nuts that can get you some calcium as well, but these are two of my favourites and they're pretty high in calcium.
Absolutely.
And then that also includes like lots of seeds. You can get some like chia seeds. I've got chia seeds and sesame seeds. Yep. Sesame seeds are super high in calcium.
Incredibly high.
So high. Like 975 milligrams per 100 grams, and the chia seeds are 631. So
if you have got osteoporosis diagnosed or in your family, I would be taking a teaspoon of those every day.
So
really, really
I'm just
important.
going to show you what I've got my little mix here. This is like I have a couple of scoops of this. And it's got pepitas, sunflower seeds, it's got sesame seeds, chia seeds, it's got hemp seeds, there's so many seeds in there. And there's just such goodness,
Yeah, omega-3 hit big
I
time.
put a couple of scoops on my breakfast, a couple of scoops on my smoothie bowl at night time, and I just love it. It just tastes amazing, it's full of nutrients, beautiful. And I'm also going to show you, this is something that I do, when I cut up pumpkins, I scoop out all the seeds, because there's extra fibre on the outside of the what do you call it, the seeds, the husky bit. And then I put some like seasoning on it, and I just shove it in my air fryer, and there it is.
They are delicious. The kids love them as well. Who'd have thought? I used to go to the shops to buy pumpkin that had the least seeds in the middle because I'm a tight ass and I like to, pay for my pumpkin, not for my seeds, until we started doing this. And now I actually go and I look for the ones with the most seeds.
I actually look for the ones with all the seeds, and sometimes I'll just buy a whole pumpkin. And then I know I'm getting all the seeds, and I love it, and the kids love it.
The kids love them.
Yeah, it's just so good. A little bit of, whatever your favourite seasoning is, it's delicious. Don't
So
eat them
good.
all on me, because I really want some later.
Love it. Love it.
All right, we're going to just talk about a few fruits. So,
Absolutely.
now, we've got some dried figs here. Dried figs are they smell out of this world. If you want to smell, I was going on about how good they smell. I was eating them before. If you have 2 figs, they're just... Oh my God, you're having about 60 milligrams.
That's so good.
Yeah.
Just adding it up. Everything adds up.
Everything adds up. Yep. Beautiful.
A little bit of this, a little bit of that.
And who would have thought? Orange.
That was close. Won't put my hands in my pocket again.
There's about 40 grams of calcium in an orange.
Excellent.
Yeah. Plus you need, other vitamins.
A ton of vitamin C too.
Yeah.
Very good when you're
Now,
not
I've got another orange fruit here. A bit of papaya.
Oh yeah, good stuff.
Yeah. I mean, obviously you don't have to eat everything in one day. But if you have a broad range, you're going to get your
there's
vitamins and minerals.
Anything here that particularly stands out as, I really enjoy that, make sure you add that to your diet every day or every other day to make sure.
This actually has more than an orange, more calcium than an orange, at 45 milligrams. Yeah. Another one is kiwi fruit at about 35 milligrams per 100 grams.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
Lots and lots of calcium.
There's so many things. So many things.
But it's really common for people to think that the only way that you can get calcium is through dairy products, whether that's through cheeses, yogurts, milks, etc. It's not the only way that you can get calcium. In fact, it's really unnatural to consume another animal's milk.
Yeah, and not only that, things like yogurts, you've got to be really careful with added sugars and things like that, things that aren't natural.
Yeah.
And your body is not used to consuming those things, and people, need to go to the toilet, a bit of diarrhea going on for too much dairy. It's just because your body doesn't really know what it's supposed to do with it. It causes tummy upsets. It's just not great.
Yeah, so there's lots of ways that you can consume calcium, which, as we said, is so important for bone health, muscles, for your heart, for your nerves, so many reasons why calcium is important in your body. And as we get older and older, more and more we need it so that we get good strong bones, because if we have a little bit of a fall here or there, we don't want to end up with bone fractures. So make sure you get a variety. Obviously, just looking down at this, it is extremely green, so make sure you consume heaps of your greens. If you're not good at cooking, I totally get it, I really do. So Em's little tip here on taking your greens daily is a really good way, not only to get your calcium, but also antioxidants, which are really good at helping your body not deteriorate at a fast rate. And there's a lot of energy in there, and it just makes you feel like you want to get up and go. It's a really good option. So try and get a variety of these. If any of these particularly stand out for you, make sure you include those in your diet. It is super, super important to have calcium in your body. Strong bones, strong heart, strong nerves.
Like people think calcium, they think white. Because bones are white and dairy is white. Yeah. But
think green.
This is green. I mean, tofu is white, obviously, but green and whole foods.
Easier to absorb through whole foods.
Yeah.
Hopefully that's helped give you some other ideas on how you can get calcium into your diet to have a nice, healthy, strong body. Everything here has got not only the calcium in it, it's also got other elements and minerals that make it easier to absorb. But is there one particular tip that you want to share that really helps to absorb calcium in your diet?
Yes. It doesn't matter how much calcium you consume if you aren't getting enough vitamin D. So it's really, really important to make sure that you are getting enough vitamin D. And if you aren't getting that naturally through the sun, sometimes it's winter or we work too much indoors and we're just not getting enough sunlight, you could take a supplement. You could get mushrooms that are grown in UV light that have vitamin D. So there are other ways of getting your vitamin D, but it's really, really important to making sure that you do get enough vitamin D. Otherwise, your calcium absorption is not going to be as good.
Yeah, so we do need to try and make sure that we eat things from whole foods. And the reason that we do that is because within that whole food, within that kale, there are other elements and minerals, nutritionally vitamins and minerals, etc., that are helping our body in other ways, but also helping the bioavailability of that calcium and other minerals to be able to get into our body. But vitamin D is really important. So if you're really working hard on getting calcium in your diet, you know that you've got a lot of these products already in there, make sure you're getting enough vitamin D, because that'll really accentuate the ability of your body to absorb.
Your immune system will be like, no.
Absolutely. Thank you for joining us about calcium and the way that Em gets her calcium in her diet. Much appreciated, babe.
I've been hanging. I just want to eat some of those pepita seeds so bad.
Thanks for having us on your therapeutic journey.